Well, that was easy. Ho-hum. Just another series victory. Welcome into Morning Brew with Jaffe and Razor. And the Boston Bruins finish off the Washington Capitals 3-1 in another effective, efficient game. And you had to expect the Washington Capitals would give it their all. Boy, you hope they would. And they did. But when it's all said and done, Razor, as we welcome everybody in again, it was just too much Boston Bruin, especially from Game 3 overtime on. They got to their game. You have to feel good if you're a Bruin fan, Razor, with the way that they played against a very good team, a team that made a point of saying we are the big, bad Washington Capitals. Well, wait, it's supposed to be the big, bad Bruins. But that's not the Bruins anymore. The Bruins are the let's play hockey, skilled, fun, offensive hockey. And that's what they did.
That's what they did. It certainly got to their game after Game 1. And, you know, there's obviously periods throughout Game 2 and Game 3 where you're thinking they're in trouble, especially late in the third in Game 3. But beyond that, it was, you know, for them to gentlemanly sweep the Washington Capitals 4 in a row, beat the Washington Capitals is a surprise to me. And maybe this team's even better than I thought.
That would be a bad thing. It wouldn't be a bad thing at all, right?
No.
You know, but each series has its own personality. It's really, I think, we said this going into the East Division playoffs. We didn't fear anybody that they could play, but we knew, and still know that anybody could beat them. And that's, I know it sounds kind of cliche, but especially this year, the 4 teams besides the Caps and Bruins, it's, you know, the Penguins and the Islanders. We know how close they are when it's all said and done. Mm-hmm. So we said it wouldn't surprise if the Bruins beat them all or lost to one of them. And you don't always say that. Normally you say, okay, they'll win that, or they're really going to have a hard time beating that team. But I feel like right now the matchup, whomever they end up facing in the next round, is already in favor of the Bruins. Partly because, not partly, that's BS. Mostly because of their goaltending. Mm-hmm. It's just better.
It's better. Their structure with that goaltender is better than whatever's left, and you combine those together, it's better. And it's close. It's I just think the way they were able to play playoff hockey the way they did against this Capitals team makes me think that they're even better than I thought they were a week ago. Just in the way that they're so determined. The top guys are so focused. They're so game to game, and their ability to just play, and nothing affects them. Nothing rattles them. Yeah, you gotta tip your hat to this group, this core group.
And I say this. I still don't know if we've seen the best. I still don't think we've seen the best, especially from the Krejci line. Like they did some great stuff. Uh-huh. And, you know, Taylor Hall was awesome at times. Craig Smith with the overtime winner, and he did his job here and there. Krejci did. Would you agree that Krejci was kind of quiet this series?
Yeah, I flew completely under the radar.
Completely under the radar.
I think that's what gets me is with they continually say, we just need to get better every game. And we're not going to win every game, but their focus is to get better every game, and they do that. They follow through on it. It's easy to say that, and teams will say it, but they really do think about how they're going to get better from game to game, the adjustments they're going to make game to game. Mm-hmm. And that's just not like as coaching. That it's an individual player to a man all look at their game and try and get better. And they did that again this series. Every game they were progressively better, and they just have a great mindset for teams that go on long runs.
Just to give some numbers to Krejci's under the radar play, he had 2 assists in 5 games. 2 assists, 10 shots. That doesn't surprise me. Two a game. Doesn't always shoot the most, but played 20 minutes and 50 seconds on average. Nice face-off circle, 53% effectiveness. But what he helped do is give the power play a different look. And I think his Krejci-ness on the ice, we maybe should call him at times Sir Krejci, with how well he cradles and ladles the puck and maneuvers things. And I mean, he did great, but he's still, I like your term, under the radar, because his line didn't dazzle. It just was part of the whole workman-like attitude, right? I mean, that's what it came down to.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and man, oh man, I mean, loved it. Loved how they got through. Loved how they handled the thrust from the Washington Capitals, not just in the third period when you knew they would come out absolutely like a desperate, animal, but even in the first period when you had to expect them to come out good too. And the Bruins took a few, not punches, they took a few this and that. Tuukka was there. Then the team just started going. They started rolling, and loved how, especially then the leaders leading. I mean, Bergeron, and we'll touch on him in just a moment here. Just magnificent. But I think it just screams how consistent this team is when they continue to bring in different players in the back end into the lineup. And Jared Tenorti is just another great example of that. And not only does he play, but he plays over 19 minutes of damn good hockey.
Yeah, he didn't just get rolled out and mop up duty and get a shift every once in a while, being the grocery stick in the middle of the bench. He was a factor right from the start. He was a factor on the penalty kill, doing a great job limiting Capitals' rush opportunities, limiting them ability to get in and set up. Just a really nice job. And exactly to the point, it's next man up. This is the system we play. This is how we do it. No matter what the pieces, who they are, the pieces do this. And they all believe in it. They all buy into it. They all listen. They are all respected. And we're going to talk about Patrice and just how they, and Zdeno started this, incorporating everybody. Everybody's important, whether you're the 9th defenseman or the 15th forward or the second line center. Everyone's got a role to play, and they recognize that everyone's going to get in at some point. And the better you make them feel, you make a Tenorti feel, the better he's going to play when he does get in. And tonight was a perfect example of that, I think.
Yeah, I agree, man.
He was really good. Tenorti was good.
He was really, really good. Did he use his length well? Did he use his size? The statement of him going at it with Char, and I know Char kind of picked on him first, but Jared made himself available in that scrum, right?
Yep.
And so Chara, who has no allegiance to Jared Tenorti, as far as I know, said, whoa, I can literally say that you're basically my size. He's a few inches shorter, but so I'm going to pick on somebody who's close to my size, and I'm going to show everybody how into it I am. And I know Z doesn't think like that, but he's just saying, here's somebody that I can make a statement with.
Yeah, he's trying to grab the rest of his teammates. He's trying to get them going, drag them into the fight. Yep.
Exactly. So Tenorti was like, yeah, okay, I'm here. I'll take the push. I'm going to push back. What I love, we use the term optics a lot, Razor. I love the optics of this team right now. It's full. It's pretty healthy. Got to get Jeremy Lauzon back. Obviously got to get Kevin Miller back. The good news is now both these guys have at least 6 full days more to get ready. I'm guessing Lauzon will be beginning a second round or early second round back. That's what I'm guessing. We don't know about Kevin Miller. But besides that, Bud, they're healthy. They're a healthy team.
Yeah, and listen, this 6 days, I can't overstate this break and them getting through this series as quickly as they did. To be able to get through this in 8 days and have 6 days off in this season. Typically, I'm not a big rest guy. Typically it's like a 3 days, 4 days is the most you want come playoff time. This season, this 6 days is massive for a team that wants to go on a run because they're going to back in. These series are going to back in. There's not a lot of time to get it in. There's an infinite date, or there's a finite date that it has to be done. It's going to be massive. And all of the bumps and bruises, any of the stuff going on with these guys, for the most part, is going to be able to heal in 6 days. If they're playing, whatever is hurting them is going to get better in 6 days. Now, Kevin Miller, the guys you talked about, they have other things. They're actually injured. So that's a different timetable. But for a guy who played tonight, whatever he has hurting him is going to be much better in 6 days. And they can manage it this week. It's really, really a big deal to get this time off.
Right. And I'm not a huge fan of a lot of rest either. 6 days is the max that I want. I don't want, relatively speaking, if you can guarantee me, if the Islanders Penguins go 7 games, and you can guarantee me that the Bruins are starting on Sunday, I'm fine with that then. I will root for that.
Absolutely.
But if you're gonna tell me though, if the Islanders Penguins go 7 games and the Bruins don't start till Monday or Tuesday, I don't want that, Razor. That's too far then. That's too long. I want the Bruins to start Saturday or Sunday. I selfishly would love them to start Saturday. That'd be my preference. I'd love something to do on Saturday night. I would. I would. Besides eating pizza.
Listen, the world's open on Saturday. You get to find whatever you want to do on Saturday now, so you don't even need a Bruins
I don't
game.
like people enough anymore to go out and hang with them. I want to sit with you. I want to sit with you. Yes, and the madman look that you got going right now. If you're on the YouTube version of
gentlemanly sweep, you wear the jacket. Any of these playoff wins, the jacket's staying on all week.
Razor looks like he's been on a bender overnight, and he's walking into the advertising studio to light up a cigarette at 6:30 in the morning, slap on some extra cologne, and then say good morning to his secretary. Like
the business trip guy getting off the plane after the Vegas convention, telling his wife he just worked all week.
Right, exactly. Yes, yes. Somehow the suit is still pressed, but
that's right. Glitter all over.
Oh God. So, yes, if you're enjoying us on the podcast, I just imagine Razor. Still, the hair's good, man. It's good. It's natural good.
Yeah.
But,
struggling.
But no, I'd like the Bees to start Saturday or Sunday. I would. Now, with all that said, how did they get there in this game? We'll quickly run through this, and then we'll go through a few other things. It starts with the goal that all of us have been waiting for in Pastaville. We all have been waiting for the pasta to, the water to boil and pasta to shine. It's not that he didn't get going in last game with the assist on Marchand's goal, with the snipe, on the power play from the strong side, to reload strong side. But this felt different. You know what? The only last thing that we're waiting for now, bud, is the pasta one-timer. Mm-hmm. That's all we're waiting for. I'm fine if I don't see that right away. I'm fine with that because this other stuff, in particular this goal tonight, we both said, hella freaking Luya. Because he made it look so easy, yet we know that not many guys can do it that easy.
That's right. It's the eye test, the optics, and we speak of often. Listen, we've been waiting for this for, 6 weeks? Has it been that long? Yeah, I feel like it's been at least that long where, he's getting his goal here and there, he's getting his play, but not the same pop, not the same jam that we used to see, not the same enthusiasm. Even him scoring in his celebration tonight, right? Like just pure joy. His interview after, pure joy, and that's what we've been waiting for. And to see it tonight is extremely exciting going into the next round. Like to have him have that happen and be able to feed off of that for the next 4 or 5 or 6 days and feel good about himself it just goes such a long way for this team in the energy he brings.
I mean, I envision it right now. Like I envision Pasta being able to take it out a walk on Monday, like around the North End with his pregnant girlfriend, like he's Danny Terrio, like walking around, feeling good about himself, like from Saturday Night Fever, like strutting around. So
I was going to go, because we love Seinfeld, I was going to go when Cosmo gets the big hat. Hey, Cosmo.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yes, Cosmo. Hey, yes.
That's going to be Pasta in the North End.
Exactly. Pasta's just going to be strutting around there.
Exactly.
It's going to be good now. And I'm not sure he was able to strut. I know there's not many very bad days in Pastaville.
No.
Or Pastaland. And by the way, I don't want to go on a tangent here, but if you're hearing the beeping and the honking, I don't know if it's coming through on the mic or not. I don't know if you're hearing. Okay, good. It's not. There's like major construction going on outside my house right now. And again, due to our schedules, Razor and we want to get this out by 6 a.m. on Monday. We're doing this late at night after the Bruins game. And I come home and I'm like, not only did it take me 10 minutes to finally get in my driveway, and I live in a little village area, and they're repaving the road, so it's awesome. But now they're like outside my house, and they're like backing up this huge machines paving the yard. The good news is they're all hockey fans, but I had to tell the cop, I'm like, look, hey, can I get to my house? All of a sudden, it was like, hey, they win the night. Good, yeah. They said, don't worry, we'll be done by 4 a.m. Oh, great.
Perfect.
Awesome. All right. Anyways, yeah, I'll sleep great with that beep beep and the But back to Pasta. The move that starts with the Mike Riley play at the left point, I thought he gave a little look. I'm not telling you he thought he was going to pump it down the wall for a rim around, but what he was going to do is think about it at least. And as soon as he loaded on his left skate, he sees Pasta come up to the middle of the ice, boom, hits him with a nice short pass. Then Pasta takes it all over. And he just goes down, and he's got two guys that can't decipher in Dowd and Jensen. Wait a second, man on man. Is it your man or my man? And Jensen gets caught in no man's land because Dowd stepped out like he was going to go for him and then stood still, or at least Pasta froze him in his tracks.
He wasn't even touched all the way down. Once he goes past Dowd, then he has all kinds of room, and nobody cuts him off in the center of the middle of the crease, middle of the ice. You know, for a goaltender, you're taking short side, you're taking away that high shot under the bar, RVH. But if you take that away, you can't take the guy going all the way across the middle, especially with Pasta on his forehand and the skill that he has. And David recognizes he's got all the room in the world to cut to the middle. And it's just a world-class goal that only a few guys in the league that can score. David's one of them, and we haven't seen in a while. And for him to do that and put a stamp on the series to end that way is a beautiful thing for all Bruins fans.
Yeah, it was just gorgeous.
Yep.
So he gets the Bruins up 1-0, and you felt good. It felt like to me, first goal will win for the Bruins if they scored first. Mm-hmm. Not saying guaranteed, but it felt like it set things up. Of course, the Caps are good, blah, 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 yada, yada, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But then when the Bruins start getting after it, and they get up 2-0 off the stick of Patrice Bergeron, I mean, you know, all of a sudden you're saying, okay, ball game. Yeah. All right, let's talk Bergeron's shot. Can we talk mm-hmm. that? Can we, from a goaltender's perspective, comes up with speed. That's one thing through middle of the ice. It's not a 3-on-2 per se, but when he gets the pass, you know, in the middle of the ice, he's crossing the blue line. He has Marchand on the right wing side, which is his offside. But you know Bergeron's not afraid to use the backhand to put it over to him. What does Samsonov do there, or doesn't do there, that gives Bergeron the green light to snipe?
He never got his feet set, and watching it, I'm not sure if it was because Bergeron got that quick pass from Riley off of a broken play from Pastrnak, that quick pass to the middle, and he had all kinds of gap, all kinds of room up the middle. So either Samsonov didn't read that, or more likely than not, because as the play developed, I was thinking in my head, Patrice is going to Marchand, who just got off the bench, to the backhand. I mean, we've seen it 100 million times. Get it to Marchand wide, and then he'll go to the bumper and try and make that play. So Samsonov reads one of those two things, doesn't read one of those two things, and his feet are moving. And as his feet are moving, Patrice, he might have recognized Samsonov not getting his feet set, and he just snaps it real quick. Low blocker where even on the save, Samsonov sliding. That's a straight-on save. He should never be sliding. He should be just driving, shifting his head into it. It should be a little shift, easy save from that point. But again, because he was moving around, he was off balance, off position, didn't have his feet set. And now, and you said in the telecast tonight, Patrice can now beat a guy with pace because of how much he's worked on his shot like that. Now, maybe, 15 years ago, he would still see those feet moving but not be able to beat him with the pace to get it there. Now he can do that. He leans on his stick. He's got his hands in front of him. and it's a little snapperoo, and 2-0.
Let me ask you this from a goalie's perspective, because on the first shot, first goal for Bergeron, the first shot, he shoots it on his off leg.
Mm-hmm.
What do I mean by that, in case there's people out there that don't understand that? He's a right shot, okay? Patrice Bergeron's a right shot. So in theory, his left leg is going to be into the ice in front when he lets the shot go. That's we'll call it his strong side, okay? That shot, he ends up taking in stride off his right leg, his off leg. Does that throw a goalie off, Razor, because of the visual?
It's not necessarily the visual. It's just the timing, because you're so used to guys loading. Yeah. No, I know. It's him loading up, right? Typically, guys load up to really beat a guy. You got to load up on that left leg as a right-handed shooter to get the most power. But if you do it quickly, that like he did off his right foot, you don't get your feet set. Just like I said, he didn't get his feet set. And that's what gives the shooter the advantage in that play if you get it off quickly, especially if there's a bit of a pass option, especially if the goalie's not completely ready, because you get him that much more unprepared.
Yeah, loved it.
It was awesome.
And then, by the way, his next goal, after Connor Sherry did score a goal 11 seconds into the period of third to make it 2-1 and to create some drama against the Bergeron line too. His next goal, minutes later, at about the 7.5 minutes remaining mark in the third. Just beautiful. After actually the Caps, I'd say, kind of came close, throwing the puck at the net in the O-zone. The Bruins break the puck out. Coming down the left wing side is Pastrnak. Numbers back for the Caps. But the pressure of Bergeron, first it was Pastrnak and Marchand, but then the turnover, and it wasn't actually a turnover, it was just great inside stick positioning in the mid-slot area as TJ Oshie tried to whack the puck out of the slot. Bergeron had his stick right there, and then he sniped it. He was on his left leg there. Hands were in front. Quick elevation. He has worked hard at his shot, whether it's been with, Bruins coaches like Kim Brandvold or shooting guys like Glenn Tucker. He has worked so hard on it. That was such pure technique right there. He's made it such a special – it added to the specialness of him as a player. Samsonov had no chance on that one. No chance. Bang, bang.
Yeah, and David did a great job going. As soon as Patrice got the puck, David goes right to the net and stands, takes the eyes away of Samsonov right away. Patrice recognizes that, and it's that little scoop, right? We see David do that quite often, like that big, long pull to the middle and then scoop shorthanded. With the right-handed shot on the left side, typically it's that far side that's the most open. Samsonov has to cover that, and Patrice, like I said, brings it in, and that little scoop. What a great set of hands. 2 different goals, 2 separate release points, 2 separate ways of shooting the puck, but 2 beautiful goals.
Yeah. So who do we want to give? What do we want to give, who do we want to give the fresh cup to? Do we give the fresh cup, even though Bergeron, he was fresh. Tuukka was fresh. He was fresh. He was real fresh in this game. I wouldn't mind giving the fresh cup to Jared Tenorti for being the fresh guy in the lineup. I also wouldn't mind giving it to Pastrnak because that was fresh, his move. Do you have a preference?
I want to give the fresh cup, as much as I like Tenorti's game, I want to give it to David Pastrnak. Okay. We haven't given it to David. Right. He probably expectations say he should have had it probably 7 times since we've been doing this. Mm-hmm. But tonight was the first time he really deserved it. Fresh cup, David Pastrnak.
All right. Fresh cup is always presented by Fazenda Coffee Roasters. Shop directly at fazendacoffee.com. And if you use the code Morning Brew, you will get a discount there, the 15% discount. These people are dedicated to making and roasting that perfect cup of coffee. If you go out to Whole Foods in the Boston area, you'll find Fazenda all over there. Also, if you go to some of the great restaurants in the Boston area like Davio's and others, you will find them serving Fazenda coffee there. We love working with Fazenda. They are, you're going to love it too, folks. They are working on more mugs, more mugs, more mugs, more mugs. I'm telling you, you're going to like the announcement soon. It's going to happen. So thank you to our friends at Fazenda as well. This is a perfect time, too, taking a little quick mid-pause here to introduce some other friends of ours, Razors, that I know you and I are very excited to have to come join us. These are awesome people over at Wormtown Brewery. But we're not talking beer, all right? What we're talking is craft hard cider. Wormtown. Our friends at Wormtown have jumped on board. They love hockey over there. Folks there, if you are out at Worcester and you get a chance, go visit them. They also got a new place at Patriot Place, a tap room, and they love hockey. And they've also made an awesome new craft hard seltzer. They got 4 flavors in their multi-pack: black cherry, lemon lime, cran apple, and orange zest. Razor and I are loving them. We just got our hands on some of those. You can see it behind me as well, the cans right there. It's gluten-free, just 100 calories, 2 grams of carbs, 5% alcohol, so you can have a few of them at any outdoor activity. Wormtown Craft Seltzer, it can't be or won't be the first hard seltzer you try. They just want it to be your last. Go to wormtownbrewery.com, our-seltzers. wormtownbrewery.com/our-seltzers, and you can check out what they've got and where you can get them. So we love having you aboard.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, guys.
It's perfect timing because I got to mulch tomorrow, and I'm going to crush those seltzers when I'm done mulching away tomorrow.
Oh, my.
Oh, it's a big – my back's going to be killing. I'm going to settle in, playoff hockey, and some seltzers tomorrow night. It's already in the fridge.
Do you have a good wheelbarrow?
Oh, yes.
Good wheelbarrow.
Yes. Although I'm going to have to pump I'm going to have it teed up perfect. The wheel's going to get some air in it tomorrow.
You're going to Roberto Luongo it, aren't you? You're going to Roberto Luongo it.
Oh.
You are going to pump your
wheelbarrow tire to perfect pressure before I put any mulch in that thing. There'll be no messing around. It's going to be primed.
What time will you start mulching?
Well, I'm out in the morning, so it's not going to be until 12:30. But I checked the 14-day weather. It's nice and cool tomorrow. No 90-degree heat, so I'm going to have to bang it out. No rain, so that's the worst, right? When it washes all the way, but one day in. So big day tomorrow for me and the seltzers and the mulch.
How many hours do you think you'll get the mulching done in?
It's
legit.
It's a few hours. It's a big job. I got 4 yards coming. So.
If that is a big job. All right. So if you hear somebody drive by honking and waving, that'll be me.
Yeah.
Because I'm done with my mulch.
Yeah,
right?
you'll be stopping
I'm just working on a few spots. I will. I'll bring over some Wormtown hard seltzer and maybe some snap chilled Fazenda for you. Aaron and I will
sit on the patio and have a seltzer together. Watch it.
Yes, we will. We will watch you work there. By the way, the azaleas are open.
They are
now in my yard.
I
love it. I love it.
Just cracked yesterday, right? With the heat, it was nice.
I know. It's crazy. All of a sudden, and you own a home, you do this, you do that, you take care of everything. All of a sudden, I'm like this guy, like a florist. Are you kidding me?
I know.
I have no idea what I'm talking about. I just like the way.
That's why I need the mulching because
I
won't. The flowers don't look as good right now as when the.
That's right. So maybe the Bruins will do some mulching. I doubt it on these few days off. By the way, folks,
the wives are going to have that on the list for sure. They got a big to-do list here this week. No one's happier than the wives. They get 6 days.
Right, of daddy at home.
Absolutely.
Right? They do. Now, the Bruins, I can tell you, folks, have Monday off, fully off. This is my guess. My guess is that they will skate Tuesday, get together and skate, and maybe Wednesday or take Wednesday off again. But they will have 2 full days off this week. Will it be every other day and then probably Thursday, Friday? My guess is they take Monday off, skate Tuesday, take Wednesday off, and probably skate Thursday, Friday, if they're going to play Saturday, especially, to get ready for that. So it'll be something like that. Bruce Cassidy and his staff will look into that. Overall, in this series, I don't want to dive deep into it, but let's get back to Tuukka quickly. Tuukka's overall series, especially since Game 1, Razor, lights out. Look, Connor Hellebuck is having a lights out series too for the Winnipeg Jets right now. The Jets are up 3-0 in their series. He had let up 1 goal on 71 shots through the first 2 games. Now he let up 4 in Game 3. Who the hell cares? Your team still won, right? But Tuukka is doing Tuukka 2019 again. In my eyes, he is. He's in that zone right now.
He's fantastic. It's so collected, so confident. this series, if you want, you dig in, and essentially there was 2 goals that weren't deflected on the way in by his own teammate or by the Capitals through 5 games. Just in control. And Tuukka, and we've talked about it on this show, especially when he's on his feet, when he's moving on his feet, when he's reading the pucks and making saves while standing up, he's very, very difficult to beat. And the Bruins did a really nice job when they don't limit rush chances as well. It's so much he's so good at reading the play in zone, point shots through traffic, those things. When he has those situations, he's very difficult to beat. And a 941 in this series, 9 after game 1, and even game 1, I get the criticism he had after the overtime goal, but there were 3 tip goals, and not easy. Those things are going to go in. And listen, the next series, there's going to give up goals in the next series. This isn't always sustainable, but listen, he's top of the class in the NHL playoffs right now. Yeah. He's going to lead all the stats after round 1, and most importantly, he got 4 wins. And secondly, most important is that his teammates love playing in front of him. And his teammates are looking around the league at other goaltenders, goals giving up, other teams like Washington where they have 3 different goalies playing. What are they going to get? The guys know how amazing it is to play in front of someone that they know what they're going to get every night, who's gone through this numerous times. The list tonight, it's Lundqvist, it's Jonathan Quick, and someone else with over 10 series clinching wins. It's impressive what he's doing, and there's no reason to think that he won't do it next round. There's really no reason. He's going to be right there because he's actually better with 6 days rest. He's going to get some work in with goalie Bob.
He loves it.
He's going to take 2 or 3 days off. He might not even skate till Thursday. He'll get some work in with goalie Bob.
Will he golf?
He'll play.
Will he get some golf time in?
Probably.
I don't know.
It'll be an early round. Maybe he doesn't want to hang out with it, but he's gonna be locked and loaded whenever it is, because the rest, it makes him better at this point. He loves it.
Yeah, I don't think there will be much talk about Tuukka for a couple of days. I'm sure after that there will.
Yeah, of course.
There shouldn't be, but regardless, I'm going to say unsung hero of the first round when it was all said and done, Connor Clifton.
It.
Connor Clifton came in and kicked damn ass. Oh, my God, was he great. Even in this game, 15-40, 2 hits, a shot on goal. Boy, he had a big hit early in the game. A nice rush. And he came in at a time where he played his offside, and with Kevin Miller was outstanding there. And then he shifts over to his right to play with Tenorti coming in. But throughout the series, of all the guys that played in the series, I would call him my unsung hero because how he put himself into the heart of the series, not a passenger early on. He was an impactful player. He punched his ticket immediately, Razor. And I love that. And
I'm going to add to that why I think he's that unsung guy is because I didn't see him get out of position more than 3 times, which we know that's where he walks the fine line of that aggressiveness, and he can go looking for a hit at the wrong time. He can pinch at the wrong time. None of that. There wasn't one situation where he put his D partner in a worse situation. And that's why I'm with you 1,000% on him. Huge minutes. Huge bonus for the Bruins on the back end, losing Lauzon and Miller. Really nice job by Connor, and there's no reason to think that. Listen, he stays within his game, and hopefully built a lot of confidence staying within his game and realizing how good he can be by doing it this way. Why he can't continue to elevate in the next coming rounds. And now they have 8 guys. They have 8 guys on the back end that can play. It's huge. Right. It's such an advantage.
It is such an advantage to have, man. Just that back pocket, knowing that you've got guys that can play legit 15 to 20 minutes a night in a regulation game.
On the road.
Called upon.
On the road.
I'd love to give on the road, too. I'd love to give kudos to the coaching staff. working with the matchups, especially early on, having to figure some things out, what was going to happen, keeping their team focused in a very physical series, changing up the power play, the look on the power play. Great, not only the look, but also the personnel out there. Putting all 4 righties out there with Krejci and McAvoy, moving Grzelcyk to the second unit. Griz's minutes down the last 2 games, but the benefit of the team, that's okay there. Putting in guys, making them like the Clifton that we talked about, like a Tenorti, making them help make them shine. Thought the coaching staff did an excellent job. So overall,
it could not have gone better, right? The series couldn't have gone better for the Bruins. It really could not have gone better for them.
Except for losing Lausanne and Miller.
Yeah,
that's it.
Those are big, but also those are gonna. It's just gonna happen. Couldn't have been better. The way they played those 4-5 games, really impressive.
And we don't need to tell our listeners here, our unbelievable fans. Bruins fans are freaking awesome, but Morning Brew Bruin fans are even better. They are star for the flat out fact that they're Morning Brew fans. They know how good the Washington Capitals are. Now, granted, the Caps were banged up, but that's part of the battle of hockey attrition. And you play with it and you play through it. And the Bruins did it better than the Caps did. And the best part to me is that the Bruins literally took some of the best punches from the Washington Capitals. With that said, there were no fights. I would have thought there would. I really did. I thought there would have been one scrap here or there. There wasn't. Regardless, they took the big, bad Washington Capitals, and they said, we'll take your hits. We'll make some of our own hits, but we're not going to get caught up in this. And then when we get our game, we're going to kick ass. Mm-hmm. And they did. They kicked ass. The Bruins are now, and this is from my good buddy Benny, all right, 16-5-1 since the deadline. And in that 16-5-1, right, includes 2 games kind of, I don't want to say throwaways, but you know what I mean, where they lose to the Rangers. They lost
to Washington with literally nobody in their lineup. So,
and then I was going to say, and then we want to call that an AHL roster, right? And that includes an AHL loss to the Washington Capitals, and an overtime road playoff loss. Think about that. So basically, if you want to play the game of take those out, it means they're 16-2 in that crazy, aggressive end of the season run that saw them play 27 games in 48 days. Thank you, Depth. Thank you, Don Sweeney. Thank you, Bruce Cassidy and Steph. And thank you to the Patrice Bergeron-led Boston Bruins, along with Brad Marchand, the best left winger in the world, David Pastrnak. Hopefully he's getting back to Pastaville, Pastaland, hopefully he's getting back there, and the rest of the Bruins and Tuukka Rask and net for putting out a great product. Razor, it's just one series, but you got to feel good, as you said, about them. It's one done. Now on to the next one.
First round's always the hardest to win.
All right. It is. All right, well, that's going to wrap this Morning Brew with Jaffe and Razor up. Thank you again to Fazenda and to Wormtown Brewery, Craft Hard Seltzer, for coming on board. We love it
right
good
here. Stuff
here
right
you
there.
go.
I'm hitting orange zest.
It is outstanding.
An orange zest.
All right. Well, you need a little zest after mulching. You will stink, and then you will zest. Yes, make sure you zest it up. All right, folks. We're wrapping it up here. We're going to come back with another show in a couple of days. Don't you worry. Razor and I will come up with another episode, whether it's a guest. We'll do a series preview as well. But that's a no matter what when we know who they're playing. But we're going to try and set something up for later in the week as well. In the meantime, go check out some other episodes if you haven't been able to catch all of them. Thank you for all of your support. Razor, the numbers are growing exponentially. They're freaking awesome. Fans are making it happening. We're going to do some interactive stuff. We may even have a live appearance somewhere coming up. It's all coming up with Morning Brew with Jaffe and Razor, but not until Razor mulches and gets the house ready for summer. In the meantime, everybody enjoy your Monday, enjoy your mulching, and as always, enjoy that Morning Brew.